Good afternoon, Robert Swindle with OBX Wave Report, providing this video for you guys from Rodanthe as we look toward the south and east at some kite surfers tearing it up in a little bit of a downwinder here, heading to the south, getting blown south by those northeasterly winds blowing at about 20 miles an hour sustained with some higher gusts, and we've got a coastal low here in the Outer Banks today, generating those stronger winds, those cloudy conditions, and the choppy surf that you see here in Rodanthe. We're going to look toward the north, toward S-turns, and take a look at these choppy 2 to 4 footers blowing in off the sandbar. Up and down the Outer Banks, conditions are much the same today. Temperatures in the upper 50s, lower 60s. Cloudy conditions, the occasional sprinkle, winds out of the northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and choppy. This is going to be pretty much the situation regardless of whether or not you're in the north or the south. Largest waves likely on P Island, as is typical with the northeast wind and the northeast swell coming in. For tomorrow, we expect similar conditions, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds, cloudy, and 2 to 4 foot, maybe some larger surf tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, winds starting to calm down just a little bit, looking at 10 to 20 mile an hour winds from the northeast, still choppy and sloppy at 2 to 4 foot. And then finally cleaning up on Wednesday with 2 to 4 foot and clean as the winds calm down and shift to the southwest, bringing in warmer conditions and glassy, clean conditions. And then on Thursday, smaller waves in the range of 1 to 3 foot, but also likely clean on Thursday. All right, so thank you for joining me for a brief session on the OBX Wave Report as we look at the my fellow folks from Real Water Sports enjoying a nice downwinder here in Rodanthe. There's some good wind for kiteboarding, and you never know. Last night conditions did clean up here from Rodanthe through to Buxton, and so there are the potential for some surprise waves and some surprise conditions here on the Outer Banks, even when you've got mostly choppy and sloppy conditions. All right, so thank you for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report. And as I typically do, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning. Right now I'm looking south at Rodanthe Pier, and most of the ramps leading onto the pier are now washed out. There's concrete structures underneath the pier that are becoming revealed as the waves have washed the sand away. And as we look to the north here in Rodanthe, you can see the houses that are in the water, and this is more and more so the case up and down the Outer Banks due to rising sea levels driven by fossil fuel burning. The primary solution to the climate crisis is the mass deployment of clean energy being wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. Those are the forms that are presently mass deployable. The impacts of climate change being rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean heat waves, and ocean acidification. This summer we might have some very intense hurricane season amplified by the climate crisis, and the sooner we transition to clean energy, the sooner we get a handle on the troubled climate that is facing both the coastlines and much of the world. All right, so thanks for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report. I hope you guys find some good waves, and if not, we got good waves in our future. Looking forward to Wednesday.